the doors on your left of the gym and proceed to follow the signs up the stairs. Don't forget, you will need your ticket for re-entry at the main entrance, and when you come back, please come back through those same doors. Now, for the starting lineup for today's matchup. First, for the Riverview Royals, wearing number 1 in grade 12, Ronan Jensen. Number 3 in grade 12, Caleb Guttrell. Number 11, grade 12, Mulu Morrison. Number 12 in grade 11, Noah McDonald. And number 14 in grade 12, Tyler Stoyle. Riverview High School's head coach is Mark McAleese. And now for the Harrison Trimble High School Trojans. Wearing number 8 in grade 11, Dustin Berry. Wearing number 11 in grade 12, Nigel Miller. Wearing number 15 in grade 12, John Van Wert. Wearing number 4 in grade 12, Austin Trace. And wearing number 10 in grade 12, Avery Hopper. Head coach for Harrison Trimble is Ryan Johnston. Officials for today's game are Mark McGetty and Andrew Maxwell.
All right, fans, and welcome to the 5th place game at the 2021 DNA Swag Hoop Classic. My name is David Tingley. I'll be joining you solo for this game. I think we might have somebody jump on, maybe, if I can convince somebody in the stands to go and join us. My broadcast partners for the whole week are engaged in other activities this morning or other activities in the gym right now, so I am left all by my lonesome up here, and I hope you guys can hack it with me, but I'm going to enjoy this matchup, Riverview High School against Harrison Trimble for 5th place on the guys' side. Not used to playing in 5th place games or these programs, but Riverview High has had a little bit of a struggle this week getting their offense going, and Trimble a little bit inexperienced as far as the teams in this tournament, but you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it off the tip. Dustin Berry inside to John Van Wert, and he very nice spin move inside for Van Wert. He's had to go to the bench a few times with a bad wing, a bad knee there. But comes out with a nice move in Riverview. They'll want to get their offense moving as quickly as possible, but a turnover to start. And senior Ronan Jensen trying to get it back to Tyler Stoyles, their big scorer, and he has had a rough weekend as Tyler's shooting the ball. He's been the focus of the defense, and first game against Moncton, tried to run a lot of screen roll through him, and their pick and roll game was disrupted by Moncton, and they didn't really have any counter to it. Couldn't get enough shots to go down, and same thing against Fredericton High School in their second game. Just couldn't get anything going. Run and jump now a little bit here from Harrison Trimble, and a missed 3. Oh, attempt. Nice. 2 nice tip attempts there from Ronan Jensen and then Noah McDonald, but no go, and then a foul from Mulu Morrison. Pardon me, no, okay, they called it out of bounds, excuse me. I looked down at my sheet for 1 second and made an assumption, and it was the wrong one. That's how quick Mulu Morrison is. Creates some havoc without, you look down for just 1 second, he's gone. Gautreau inside to and outside to Morrison. Misses a 3 back rim, but bounces to Gautreau. Didn't secure the finish to that possession. Did Trimble. And are they going to pay for it here? Still no, not paying for it, but Morrison creates another one. Gautreau disrupted by Berry. They're running at Stoyles as Harrison Trimble inside. Finally goes Ronan Jensen for 2. Now that was a hard-nosed, hard-working hoop for Riverview High. Dustin Berry dances through to the rim. And you can't let him get ahead of steam if you're Riverview High. The Royals attempted to get something going there and couldn't. And down goes the free throw for Dustin Berry. Going to talk a lot about him today. He's had a terrific tournament. As Dustin Berry, the grade 11, one more year in the program. 2 for 2 at the line. Up comes Caleb Gautreau. Over to Morrison. Back to Gautreau. Going baseline, there's Jensen, a nice kick to Morrison. They finally find a wide open 3 for Stoyles, and he back rims it, but a nice offensive play from Stoyles inside to McDonald, but he can't finish twice. Van Wart's kind of grabbing that knee again. Miller beats him down the floor. A wild shot. Doesn't go in. Look at that work from Tyler Stoyles. He rips it away, and Gautreau's going to attack. Doesn't finish, and neither does McDonald. Staying with it, though, is Riverview. More second shot opportunities, and finally, Mulu Morrison reigns one in. 5-4 Riverview. And John Van Wart limping to the sidelines again. We've seen that more than once. Frustrated expression from him. Got to retape that knee, it looks like. He's trying his best as Van Wart. Toughing it out. Dustin Berry, stop and go, splits the defense, gets into the lane. Cut off, but he gets his own rebound, and more. Nice feed from Berry to Miller, who lays it in. Nigel Miller, the grade 12. He is active as Miller. Long and can make a 3, and a nice, very nice play there. Look at that, from Ronan Jensen. Nice left-handed pass was missed, and he followed that shot and tipped it in. He's been active early. The grade 12 Jensen for Riverview High. Freshman Crossman goes past Jensen to the right, met there by Caleb Gautreau. He's going to go back to the line.
Foul on number 3, Caleb Gautreau. That's his first.
And Caleb Gautreau's first, and to the line goes Crossman. 7-6 early for Harrison Trimble. Playing well are the young Trojans. Crossman, a grade 10. He's going to be relied on for a lot of minutes this year. Grew about a foot since last year. So that's a big adjustment for any kid after a growth spurt. Got some good guard skills. That's what you like to see. Generate those guard skills and then grow a foot. That's always nice. His best attribute is attacking the rim, says Coach Ryan Johnson, who was making fun of me before the game for calling him RJ, and well-deserved. I should get made fun of for a lot of things this week. I know the coaches and referees so well, I end up using their nicknames on the air, but I'm not a professional announcer, so what do you want, people? Mulu Morrison swings the ball, Gautreau over to Morrison in the corner. I was thinking he's wide open, you should get him the ball. He just made one, and they do. I was ahead of myself, but Gautreau read my mind. And a nice feed there from Stoyles on the turnover. And Ronan Jensen continues his hot start. And all of a sudden, RHS out to a lead. And the scoreboard isn't quite correct. They're going to fix that, I'm sure, at the next break. Gautreau pushing the pace into the corner. Oh, right idea, but run down well there by McDonald, who kicks it to the corner to Morrison again. Oh, lefty in and out this time, but the follow doesn't go. Again, another follow. Trimble finally able to rip away the rebound. And a foul up there by Gautreau, and is that going to be his second already? It is his second, and that's just, you got to play smarter than that.
Number 3, Caleb Gautreau. That's his second personal foul.
Yeah, you got to be smarter than that. If for Caleb Gautreau. And the scoreboard, I'm sure, is wrong. It's telling me it's 12-7 Trimble, but I don't think that's quite right. Anyway, we'll see. We might have a tech issue here, and we're working on. Into Barry. Barry pounds the ball right. Back up. Van Wart back on the floor. Got to retape. And Tower on the floor and look at that lay-in from Crossman. Said his best attribute is attacking the rim, and that's certainly the case. All right, and so Stoyles, good kick to Morrison, nice 1-2. Back to Stoyles, good patience from Riverview. Just long from Stoyles. Man, if he can get off this game, that's gonna make a huge difference to Riverview. Not there, another good skip. Morrison lining up another one, and he makes it. And Mulu with a hot start. And fans, I'm just pretty sure the scoreboard is backwards on your screen. I'm sure that's all it is. It's 15-9 Riverview, not Harrison Trimble. We're going to get that fixed for you. Look at that dance to the rim. But a nice follow by Stoyles on the miss by Jensen. But gotta love the energy from Jensen. Dancing to the rim and creating that opportunity for Stoyles. He watched one go through, maybe that'll help him out on the attack, and Van Wart follows on the board. Hunt Mugga in there digging it out. It is dug out by Ethan Hansen. Stoyles looking for Mugga. Hunt Mugga, and he's not able to collect it. And Morrison jumping on it and finds it. And a 3-up and a miss by Jensen. Morrison tried to run it down, but didn't. But now we've got our scoreboard correct there, fans, and it's 17-9. Moncton High, or pardon me, Riverview High over Harrison Trimble, heading to our first time out. And Moncton High School is going to be playing for the gold medal in this tournament later this afternoon against Bernice McNaughton. And that's going to be a heck of a matchup. I can't wait for it. Those two local teams have played terrific ball all weekend. And I expect nothing less from them this afternoon as well. So fans, 17-9 Harrison, Riverview High, and really quick start by Harrison Trimble, but Riverview really showing the fight and the grit that was lacking, to be frank, in the first 2 games of this tournament. And Ronan Jensen, give him credit. He's going to check out, but he had a terrific first shift for his team in his last game at the Hoop Classic as a senior. Let's see if this squad here, and Mulu Morrison's off to a hot start, so let's see if this squad here can maintain the leadership that he showed. So to the corner, to Crossman. And up for 2 there, and missed is Trites. Austin Trites for Trimble. Hunt Mugga runs the floor. Not able to finish, but a nice feed there from Brennan Deverex. And Marcus Hunt Mugga's going to go to the line for 2 shots. And Hunt Mugga's had a productive weekend for his squad. Misses the first, he's got another. And fans, I'm trying to fix my, oh, there we go. There's an issue with the, obviously, with the, I wanted to update everybody on social media after the first game and interact with everybody on social media, but it wasn't working. Now I realize it must be an issue with the Crandall Wi-Fi here, the Crandall University, that it's been great all weekend, and they've been a great host all weekend. That's the first problem I've had with the facility. So I don't know. So anyway, I'm just disconnected. I'm gonna go using my data for the rest of the day, I guess, and that's okay, because I want to interact with people and have fun and post my stuff here on social media. So if anybody's wondering why I didn't post the score from the first game or anything like that, that's why. Anyway, I'll continue my work now that I'm reconnected. And fans, I'm at Hoops Tingley on Twitter. If you want to join me, if you're watching and you're on Twitter as Mulu Morrison throws up one that almost goes in. Deverex runs it down, and Riverview getting all the loose balls right now, really working hard. Didn't get it there, but 18-9 lead, they still hold. And Harrison Trimble, you know one thing about them, they're not going to give anything away. This is going to be, Riverview's not going to be able to relax at any point in this game. Trimble's going to play right to the final buzzer. They've been gritty, hard-working, tough all weekend. And Wart had to pass at his feet there from Trites, collects it, looks to go on Hunt Mugga. Nice anticipation there from Stoyles. And that Riverview comes out with it. Deverex back to Stoyles. He's going to pop that. No. Nice shot fake and a drive in the left. And I love that take from Stoyles. I love that take from Stoyles. And a foul. Hansen on Trites, looking for the strip. Trites holding his face. Hansen, a little apology there. Sorry, dude. Didn't mean to smack you up top. They're going to be all right, I'm sure. Trites is a tough dude. He rolls, and he's going to try to beat Hansen up the floor. Nice crossover. Oh, but well read there by Blake Grossman. Got his hand on it. Handoff from his partner, Stoyles. Nice kick baseline. Deverex with a good 1-2 pass. Hansen with his feet set, misses a three. Grossman, though, up for the rebound. What a stuff there inside by Drew Hardy, the grade 10, with a rejection. And Trites going the other way is going to get a trip to the line. How about that rejection from Drew Hardy? Great D, played straight up. One of the grade 10s for review, but Trites, a grade 12. The most improved player on the Trojans last year. He's a speed and quickness guy, that's for sure, and toughness. Looks like he's got to have something attended to, does Trites. Maybe from that smack he got from Hansen in error. Maybe some blood there. And he had to take a sub. And Yoya Ajenifuya up for two on the replacement. And my thanks to a shout out to my good buddy Andy Sharp for that. I straightened out the pronunciations I thought with the coaches before, and I'm sure Coach Johnson gave me the right pronunciation, but I didn't get it right most of the weekend. Nice follow by Hunt Mugga. He does a little flex there on the pushback. 22-11, doubling up. So Yoya, it's Moyo Ajenifuya. I'm going to get that right. Thank you to Ajenifuya for being patient for me this weekend, screwing up his name. I won't do it to you again, my man. And thank Andy Sharp for helping me out. Look at that pass from Ajenifuya. Nice look for Lucas Tower, reigns in a three. That was a pretty look. Hard pass from Ajenifuya. He made it. Blake Grossman goes through. Ethan Hansen playing around with Hunt Mugga. Looking for him on the roll, not there. Deverex has to reset. Hunt Mugga with the give and go to Deverex. Missed lay-in, but Grossman follows, and he's going to go to the line. Lucas Tower on the foul, and Grossman to the line. Grossman, his sister plays ball at UMBSJ. His brother plays football at Mount A. Called a wrecking ball by his coach, known for his physicality. A quiet, respectful kid that plays the game the right way. You love to see kids that get that sort of description from their coach. He was short on 2 free throws there. Lucas Grossman going the other way. Picked off there. Deverex, and a nice pass into Grossman, who lays it in. Makes up for his miss real quick. Nice play by Grossman. And a 10-point lead for RHS. Well done there by Tower. Back up to Crossman. He's going to drive with his right hand. That's his strength. Doesn't finish. Lots of hands in there. Grossman up ahead of the field. Going to look for Hunt Mugga. Nicely done. Oh, just misses that turnaround over the shoulder. Grossman over to Miller, and he can make that. Doesn't this time. Jenny Fuya collects up top to Lucas Crossman, short on the 3, but Tower comes down. He's going to attack again. Missed us off the back rim, though, does he? It's going to stay with Trimble, and Trimble stringing together some better possessions here towards the end of the second quarter. It's a 10-point lead still for RHS. And Fuya keys it in, and Tower's going to drive, and a nice kick to Crossman. He fakes and drives. Push shot with the right hand, too strong. Deverex comes down with it, and he's going to push it ahead to Hansen. Hansen has Grossman ahead of him. Not going to use him, going to use the screen from Hunt Mugga. Nicely done from Hansen. Dances in, just misses on the left. Nobody crashing for Riverview. Deverex gets his hand on the outlet, knocks it out of bounds. And Harrison Trimble's going to have 8.1 seconds. And here it comes back in for Ianfuya with a big long pass to Miller. He's going to penetrate with the left hand. It finds its way to Ianfuya. He kicks it back out to Crossman, and that's knocked away by Grossman. And as my friend Taya Bailey on the inside PA system says here now, it's Riverview Royals 24 and Harrison Trimble Trojans 14 as we go to the first break here in the 5th place game at the DNA Swag Hoop Classic 2021. And fans, at every game we're going to tell you this in case new people listen in every game here. We want everybody to know this is important. You want to remember these memories of this weekends for your kids and your family. We want to make sure you know our silver sponsor, Jacinthe Leblanc Sports Photography. I'm going to spell Jacinthe, it's Jacinthe. You want to Google her, you want to Google DNA Swag Hoop Classic, go to her website, or the ladies or men's website. You can find all the links there that you need, but at the ladies and men's website, you can go and click the sponsors listing, where you can click on Jacinthe Leblanc Sports Photography logo and be directed to the game photos along with instructions on how to purchase. Photos are $20 each, or all photos taken of one player for the entire tournament are $40. If game photos have not yet been posted, be patient and check back later, as they are working really, they're shooting all of our games, as well as editing and uploading when they're able. So please check those pictures out. They're going to be gorgeous. You're going to want them. And additionally, we want to shout out Signway. Looking after all your signage needs for more than 25 years, Signway is a locally owned company offering quality sign solutions for businesses throughout Atlantic Canada and shipping from coast to coast. Troy Hansen would like to congratulate all the grads coming in and playing in the Hoop Classic this year on both sides and remind them to reach out for grad banners over the coming months. So thanks to Signway for sponsoring the DNA Swag Hoop Classic this year. Lucas Crossman keys it in to Lucas Tower. Out to Van Wart. John Van Wart pounds it on the right hand. Look at Van Wart work his way inside. Just not able to finish. And collecting that rebound. Getting down on the floor. He needed to do it. Noah McDonald. He's got to get back in the play. It's 4-on-5 right now. He's back in after tying that shoe. Sets a nice screen there for Hansen. Good kick to Grossman. Nice 1-2 pass. Deverex doesn't take it, though. Probably should have. Oh, but he attacks with the left hand. Isn't able to get the roll, but deflects that pass. Back to him from Grossman. Kick out to Hansen. Short, but Grossman again on the boards. Drop step, misses. Batted out to Hansen. And that's going to be a 3-point attempt by Liam Rafferty, new on the floor. Comes up short, though. Riverview. Scrappy, though, creating extra opportunities. Look at that crossover. But a miss from Drew Hardy. Nice skill, though, from him. Just back rimmed it. Blake Grossman waiting for everybody to get back in the game. And the look on Noah McDonald's face as he went to the floor, like, come on, man. And John Van Wart ran right to him and went, yeah, I got you good, man. Here, let me give you a hand up. Good sportsmanship from the kids there. You like the tough play, but you play tough, you knock a guy down, you help him back up, and that's what they did. Chased down in the corner again by McDonald. He's creating lots of extra opportunities, as is Grossman. Oh, and Grossman almost turned. Oh, he did turn it over. McDonald, look at that. Trojans get on the floor. Barry, coast to coast, and misses. Van Wart is going to need another sub. Bang that knee again. Man, he's trying. He's working his hardest. And under no pressure, that's a careless turnover from McDonald. Ian Fuya is going to go in. He created an opportunity and goes back up and now. McDonald. He's going to have to come out. Looks like he might have banged up his shoulder pretty good. And Jenny Fuya on the hop created some good opportunity there for Trimble, but to no avail. It's coming back here to Riverview. Up with the three again, and short again is Liam Rafferty. Back to the, just stuck in the muck a little bit as Riverview, giving guys, the guys that hopped up to an early lead, they've been on the bench for a while. Coach McAlee's giving other guys some run here, but they create a turnover there. Smart play by Deverex, under control. Rafferty, Grossman for three. And Mugga collects, but it's ripped away there. But maintained Riverview possession. Dustin Berry ripped it away, as he's wont to do. Up for three again. Rafferty misses. Rafferty can't find the mark from long range. Tower going to initiate for Harrison Trimble. Over to Hardy. Shake and bake from Hardy into the corner. On the attack is Barry. He's going to go to the line for two shots, and Hunt Mugga a little too physical.
Number 15, Marcus Hunt Mugga. That's his first personal foul.
And to the line. It's Dustin Berry, who's had a terrific tournament for his team. Lots of bumps and bruises for him, I can imagine, after this tournament, the way he's thrown his body around. Up and off the back rim. Hunt Mugga skies to pull that one down. Grossman up the floor to Deverex. Into Hunt Mugga. Hands off to Deverex. Set a screen. And has his pocket picked by Barry. And Barry's on the attack. Gets his feet cut up. Doesn't let him affect him. Finishes. And it's back to an 8-point lead. 6-point lead. That's what I thought. Just had it up on the wrong side for a second. 6-point lead. Hammond collects that. Tough pass at his ankles, but he caught it. Jenny Fuya bounces in again. Not able to finish, but Hammond comes up with it. Misses with the left hand. And here comes Riverview. Ethan Hansen. He's going on the attack. Little fadeaway with the left. Grossman. Oh, lots of contact. Doesn't get it to go. Rafferty up top. Using the screen. Over to Deverex. To Grossman. He collects. Using the screen for Hunt Mugga. He's going to attack it with the floater. Misses. And Lucas Tower beating everybody down the floor. Is he going to try it? Yes, he is. Puts his body into Hansen, up for two. And it's back to four. And here come the reinforcements for Riverview High. They've had a nice long rest. They still have the lead. Ethan Hansen on the attack. Misses, but he's going to go to the line for two. And we're going to have wholesale substitutions for Riverview, 4 of them. We should mention again the lack of presence for Nelson Rossiter, one of the seniors for Riverview High, a terrific football player, offensive lineman who's going to be playing in the AOS in that sport next year, but he's also a solid basketball player and a tough one. A mountain of a man in there setting screens for these talented guards for Riverview, and he's missing this weekend. He played for a couple minutes in one game, but Really was limping around on that ankle that he twisted playing football. He'll be back later in the year, but no use wrecking that ankle, even if it is the Hub City Classic. And he wanted to get that's why he did make an appearance. He's a grade 12. You hate seeing him at grade 12 being injured for the Hoop Classic, but he was. And now we'll see what Riverview can bring here with some of their starters back on. They're in a little bit of an offensive funk. Hansen did get the two at the line. Wow, a Jenny Fuya. Great attack by him. Morrison, who started hot from the three-point line. Oh, that's a tough pass in there for Gautreau. Jensen, a little too. Oh, and that's a deep one from Barry. They didn't hit their box outs, and they paid for it. You can't watch the ball, especially on those long threes. You got to go out and find a man and put a body on him. Riverview didn't do it. They paid for it. Now it's a one-point game. On the attack, though, is Gautreau. And he was fantastic in his one half of play in their last time out. 17 in the second half. Really energized Riverview. And was hot from the field, but misses that free throw. First one. Gautreau misses. In there digging again. Look at that from Ronan Jensen. Love it. Gautreau from the wing for three. And Trimble pays for not securing a rebound. And Ronan Jensen's strong afternoon continues. Oh, good, well defended there by Stoyles. Didn't let Barry beat him. Oh, tough pass from Jenny Fuya, but he gets it back, sneaks inside. And Gautreau rebounds the miss. Oh, and he penetrates inside. Does Gautreau, oh, just short arms that shot. Rebounded by Crossman for Trimble. Lucas Tower beats everybody down the floor, but he's too strong with that layup attempt. But Jenny Fuya. Look at that. He's been impressive as a Jenny Fuya in his minutes. The Tower tries to dig that out for Morrison, doesn't quite do it on the penetration there. Jensen, Trites slaps it away, but gets a lot of his arm. And Jensen's gonna go to the line for two shots. And Ronan Jensen. One of these seniors playing in his last game for the Royals at the Hoop Classic. Not overall, don't worry, fans. He's not retiring after the game, I promise. Knocks it through. Back come Avery Hopper and the Trimble Trojans. And Ronan Jensen, he had talked with Coach Mark Macleese before the tournament. He was a late start, had a late start to the game, really only grade 8 or 9. Just as a high, calls him the Energizer Bunny. And Coach Mark Macleese wished he'd started the game earlier because he's talented and you can see what a strong game he's having. He's the reason they took 13 kids. He couldn't cut them. And he doesn't look like the 13th kid so far today. That's for sure. Mulu Morrison comes out of there with it. Up to Tyler Stoyles, over to Morrison. Sorry, Gautreau was the one that ran that down. And sorry, Mulu Morrison was. Gautreau is the one that penetrates to the key. Still getting numbers mixed up at the end of this week. You'd think I'd have it down by now. Dustin Berry. Man, that was a deep three. Showing his range. Showing some Steph Curry-ish range, parking lot range. Gautreau. Mugga to Morrison, Mulu Morrison. Back up top to Ronan Jensen. And Tyler Stoyles with a long three. And look who it is. Following that shot, Ronan Jensen. sneaks in, going back to the line. Too high with a 3-point lead here late in the first half, and Coach Mark McAleese wants to chat. And it's been a strong second quarter here for the Trimble Trojans. Coach Mark McAleese gave his starters a long rest after a good start, got them out to a double-digit lead, and got some guys some minutes, which is never a bad idea in this tournament, looking to get some experience for your guys. But Trimble took advantage, kind of clawed it back, basket by basket a little bit. And fans, this is the second of 6 games today on the schedule. It's our second fifth place game. Up next is the ladies' bronze medal game, which is going to be Bernice McNaughton against Harrison Trimble. A little bit of an upset I felt last night. Harrison Trimble not able to secure the boards well enough. St. Malachy's all over the offensive glass, and that was the story. Created enough second chance possessions and points to pull out a comeback win over the Trojans. Coach Jared Budd, he'll certainly want his players to show a better effort, maybe squeeze out a third place finish, but Bernice McNaughton, they've got their own talented kids that we'll see in that next game. And then after that, the bronze medal game on the guys' side, it's going to be the Fredericton High School Black Cats, who lost a tough one to Moncton High School. Moncton with a big, almost 20-point comeback in that one. And they're going to be facing Sussex Regional High, a talented young team. You're going to want to watch that matchup. That's going to be a fun one. And then the ladies' final, of course, Moncton High School against St. Malachy's, and the men's final, Moncton High School against Bernice McNaughton. And both of those are going to be a fun watch. Lucas Crossman into the corner to Lucas Tower. Lucas to Lucas. And Mulu Morrison gets up. Knocks it out of bounds. And now a timeout for the Harrison Trimble Trojans.
We have a timeout for Harrison Trimble. Just a reminder, folks, as we come up on halftime, if you do need to use the washrooms, please exit through the door.
So I hope some of you listening are going to be fans in the building later today. Certainly a more fun atmosphere in here with fans. Some family and friends in to watch these kids play, and the girls' JV teams are able to watch the girls' games today. So that's a fun ad, and we got lucky here, fans. We're happy we're able to have this day. This will be a fun day, and we're happy to have it because, you know, tonight some more restrictions go into place had some COVID cases in the area. So if the restrictions got in last night, we wouldn't have had this day. So we're lucky. We feel fortunate. And we're really we feel a diligent job protecting everybody in this building. The rules we've set into place, some people think are stringent, but we're being extra careful and safe for these kids and for everybody that's joining us, and for the volunteers and for the referees, and lots of masks, lots of sanitizer. You got to leave the building this way, come in this way. We're taking down everybody's name and number, and we're being super safe here. So we're just happy to have this tournament this year after not being able to have it last year. And these kids have really enjoyed the experience, I think, as have all the volunteers like myself. Lou Morrison has a little short discussion with referee Mark Bagetchi. Disagrees, but it was a friendly Fans, welcome back to the second half. Sorry about our technical issues at the end of the first half. We lost you there for a bit. Our system had a little restart here, so I'm back with you. My name's Dave Tingley for the start of the second half of the 5th place game of the 2021 DNA Swag Hoop Classic. And I'm not going to be alone all day, I promise. You won't have to listen to just my voice droning on. We will be joined by guests and luminaries from the area for sure. So we'll have some fun today no matter what. And there's going to be some crowds later on for these gold medal games, I promise you. There's going to be some JV kids that are allowed in, adhering to protocols, and we're going to have parents in, and we're going to have, it's going to be a little bit crowded in here as the day goes on, which is going to be a little bit off-putting. We haven't had that in a while. So as for this game, it's been interesting so far and well played. Riverview got off to a very quick start with their starting lineup, which was terrific. Keyed really by Ronan Jensen's dogged work on the boards and penetrating. And you see these guys joking around out on the floor. Dustin Berry and Tyler Stoyles before the start of the second half, and making an appearance, senior Nelson Rossiter into the game for the Royals. We said injured ankle, but he's moving around a little bit better on it than he did the other day he was in. Nice 45-degree pass from Stoyles up to Morrison, but he misses the three. Up, though, is Riverview to gather another offensive rebound. They've been determined on the boards today, have the Royals and Stoyles. Love to see him put the ball on the floor. He's known for that jumper, but when he puts the ball on the floor and penetrates, he's just as effective. Nice to see him. He's talented off the bounce, too. Hasn't been red hot from downtown the way you'd expect. You've seen that from a lot of gifted shooters this tournament on the girls and boys side. Some of them just haven't gotten it going. Jenny Fuya hops inside. Looked like he traveled maybe, but didn't finish. And a turnover right back. Morrison with a errant outlet pass to Stoyles, looking to push the ball there. You like the pace they're attempting to play at, though. And Austin Treitz can't find anybody open and turns it over. And back comes Caleb Gautreau over to Morrison and over to Stoyles in the corner. In goes, that was Blake Grossman that kept it alive on the opposite side, and then Stoyles not giving up. Giving some energy here to his team as grade 12 leader Tyler Stoyles. And Gautreau out there really playing some tough D on Hopper, who misses. Boarded by Morrison, and a hot start to this quarter from the Royals, just like they started the first. Out to Rosser up top, he spins, sets a screen, and a big one, but Gautreau doesn't want that. And Dustin Berry interrupting the offense, tipping a pass. Only a few seconds left, and look at that defense from Berry. My goodness. Stoyles has to get one up and almost makes it at the end of the shot clock. Jenny Fuya going down the lane, and Morrison from behind knocks it off the wall, and it's going to stay with the Trojans. 39-33. Avery Hopper into the game for the Royals. And dancing on the baseline is Berry. Takes a hit from the big O lineman and center, Nelson Rossiter. And he does look to be moving around a little better on that ankle. So the other night it was just minutes to get the big guy minutes. He's moving a little bit better. Still not quite up to snuff. And I'm going to be joined by a special guest. I'm going to make you sit in there, Coach, so I can actually see things. But grab that headset whenever you want. Good, man. Yeah. So, friends, I said you wouldn't have to listen to my boring voice all day. I said I'd find somebody to join me over here, and I'm joined by current Mount A head coach and former Mount A head coach back when I was, unfortunately was forced to coach me, Steve Chapman. Coach Chapman, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad to see you're at this, and good to see some spectators in here today.
Right? This is different.
It is different.
For high school. How have the crowds been at Mount A games? I've tried to make it there one night and couldn't make it with the kids interrupted my day, but we're going to make it down to some games here in the second half. I know you guys have not played up to how you thought you would maybe in the first half, but I know it's been a lot of close matchups in the ACAA this year.
Yeah, I think, well, there's all kinds of reasons for progress, but I think the biggest thing is that our league is just better.
Yeah.
More parity, and there's only 2 wins that separate first from 5 or 6 teams, and it's a lot of close games. I know in our case we're trying to form a little more consistency. We've had so many injuries to vets and mixing people in, but every team has injuries, and you never know who's playing hurt on each team. And but right now we've got to form a little more consistency. It's certainly uncharted waters for us. We've never been 3 and 4 at Christmas time, but we always seem to be playing well at the end when it counts the most. So it's been an uncharacteristic start, but there's all kinds of things. And you and
the staff have done a good job the last few years mining the New Brunswick talent for Mount A. So this is a big tournament for you as a coach to come and see what these guys are capable of and where they fit with the Mount A program. So you've seen some talent, I bet, this weekend, or have you been able to catch the games yet on
I've
YouTube?
watched a few online. I mean, obviously today's the first day we can get in, but I'm going to watch a few games today, and trying to get to some other tournaments over the Christmas break. I think the senior class in New Brunswick might be down a little bit, but there's still some guys in the province that can contribute at our level, and perhaps even U Sport. So you got to try to keep the New Brunswick kids in the province, and our goal has always been to find the best New Brunswick talent and try to keep them in. Yeah,
and you talked about the maybe the seniors aren't as strong as they normally are, but we've talked about both on the girls and the guys side, the grade 10s and 11s.
Yeah, you've always got to look at the earlier classes. You just can't wait until the grade 12 year. So and that's the case in some other parts of the province as well. There's some really nice talent out there, and you just have to watch their progress and stay in touch with their coaches and their programs, and get them down for visits, and it's all part of it.
So we'll see later today in the bronze and gold medal games in the girls and guys side, some real strong talent. But I mean, a guy like you probably checked out Matthias Muscroft a little bit. We've gone on and on about his kind of talent, but what are the names kind of that we don't want to get any recruiting violations here, but honestly, are there any names that stand out to you, or are you allowed to go into that? Maybe I'm putting you in a bad position.
Well, no, I'm just trying to our schedule is hectic, but we certainly try to make ourselves familiar with those younger classes, and right now I'm not sure we have 100% good handle on that, but we're certainly.
I mean, you can't with the COVID situation the last couple of years, it's almost impossible to be the 100%.
Yeah, I think that's probably another big noticeable difference. Like, not any coach I've talked to sort of doesn't underplay the role of COVID. I mean, we have 7 new guys this year, true freshmen. But they're coming into us basically out of their grade 11 year. They never had their grade 12 season. And even guys we brought on campus last year in our recruiting class never played in the league before. So I think that's a big adjustment for everybody. It took 20 months off routines like accountability and leverage with your players and how to practice again, and that's not just a light switch. It takes some time. So that kind of seems to be the consensus right around our league from coaches, is that take some time to get back into routine. And we're fortunate to be playing in our league, and there's some parts of the country at our level, the CCA, they're not even running their conferences. And
it's been interesting to watch too here. I mean, a lot of these coaches have talked about how, especially these teams that are heavy on grade 11s this year, as Dustin Barry hits a 3 and gives Trimble the lead back, pulls them within 1. So a lot of these teams with heavy grade 11s, it's almost like they're having a second rookie year at at this level, at the varsity level, and you know as well as anybody, as Stoyles comes right back, finally gets a long range one to go. You know as well as anybody the leap that it goes from junior varsity to varsity and then varsity to college.
Yep.
Those leaps, the physical play and the athletic ability and all that stuff, it's such a leap, and these teams feel like they're behind schedule still, with some of these guys almost 2 rookie classes this year for the high schools.
Well, that's right, and then you also have to account for what role basketball in New Brunswick plays in development when their programs have been hugely impacted over the summer months and provincial teams and showcase tournaments and stuff. So it's been an adjustment. I'm confident. I think hopefully we're out of the woods and a little more normalcy. It's certainly it's great to see our league back up and running, and like I said, it's just so evenly matched. You got to bring it every night. If you don't, it could lead to a loss. And I think the second half of the season is going to shape up to some really exciting games. We encourage people to come down. We draw well. So it's a fun atmosphere to be a part of, and we've had some great games down there so far.
Yeah, me and the daughters will make an appearance at some point down there.
Now you keep saying that, Dave.
I know. I keep trying to come down, and stuff gets in the way. Birthday parties, and then somebody gets sick, and then, man, the life of a single dad.
Exactly.
The Hopper.
Yeah, well, listen, I'll let you get back to this close game. A lot more interesting than talking to an old guy.
Well,
So.
I'm glad we're gonna treat this like a award show today. We're gonna bring in the superstars in and out.
Well, I hope you get a few more.
Help me waste some time.
Okay.
I'm gonna have Salerno in here, so.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's well, he'll have lots of stories coming from Syria.
Right? Thanks, Coach.
All right, take care.
You enjoy yourself.
All right.
Attaboy. So, Harrison Trimble and Riverview be my attention now. We had a little chat, but it's nice to see I know we ignored the play here for a little bit, but it's nice to see the local coaches in here watching the talent. And this game has remained tight and well played. And the Royals up 2 now, coming down, 2:49 left in the third. We'll see what develops here. But winning the late minutes of the quarters are always so important in close games. Giving you momentum to that fourth quarter. Ethan Hansen, into the lane. Misses with that left hand. Drew Hardy, the grade 10 kid, showing some things today. And Hunt Mugga with a steal, but guess who steals it right back? Dustin Barry into the grade 10 kid I just mentioned, Drew Hardy, laying it in. And that is just a tough catch, but look at Hunt Mugga catch and finish. Not easy. Marcus Hunt Mugga. I thought that pass had disaster written all over it, but those big mitts from the big man. And he collects and finishes. Avery Hopper for 2 from the wing. He's been quiet today, but he's got a nice jumper and he shows it off there. Lulu Morrison off to Hunt Mugga. Hands it off. And again with the left hand from Ethan Hansen. This time he gets some contact. He's going to go to the line trying to break it. Now it is a tie game for Harrison Trimble. So off the floor comes Hunt Mugga. Back in is Nelson Rossiter. If you hear any, pardon me if you hear any crunching or drinking from me, fans. I'm trying to keep the voice okay for the rest of the day. It's been good all week. It started to fail me slightly last night. Got some lozenges. Trying to get through. And down it goes from Ethan Hansen. 2 for 2 at the line. River's got a 2-point lead. Jenny Fuya in the corner. Up to Van Wart. Back to Jenny Fuya. Nice feed. Doesn't get collected. It's going to go out of bounds, and Rossiter's upset with himself. Thought he should squeeze that one. Love his competitiveness. When he gets back into a regular rotation for Riverview, he's going to make them a lot better with his intimidation factor and feistiness down there under the rim. Lucas Tower gets the inbounds feed to Dustin Barry. A little bit strong. There's Drew Hardy again.
Drew Hardy!
Showing his stuff today is Drew Hardy. Had a bit of a quiet tournament, had some moments, but today, his best game of the tournament so far for sure. And that's going to be a travel as Ethan Hansen forced himself into the teeth of the Trojan defense. And the Trojans now, chance to take this lead back. Into the corner to Jenny Fuya. Oh, look at that penetration there. But just comes up short to Hardy. A nice rebound there for Nelson Rossiter. And it's going to go back to Riverview. And now Riverview has a chance to squeeze out the lead before the end of the quarter. Lulu Morrison on the penetration. Good look to Deverex. Nice 1-2 pass. But Hansen is a little long with that three. And pushing the pace is Tower. But stripped by Hansen, but a foul. Not 2 shots. It's going to be on the end line. Lots of minutes from the young kids from Trimble today, and that we go to a timeout. Thanks as always to our sponsors, title sponsor DNA Swag. Great support from Mr. Trites this weekend, as well as Mr. Taylor. Been on site a little bit, very briefly, but they've done so much work behind the scenes. Be nice to see them a little more in person, but they've done such good work for us. Can't thank them enough. Mark Beverly, RBC Dominion Securities. Thank you for all your help. And there you see the gold sponsors, including Advanced Health and Physio, who's done a terrific work with the kids in this building. And there you see Jason LeBlanc Sports Photography, the other bronze sponsors, Grant Thornton, City of Moncton, Riverview Sunfest. So all these sponsors, without you, we couldn't do this. So thank you so much. Kids have had a terrific weekend, I think. I think if you ask them, it's been a real pleasure to have the tournament, even though it's not in the same form that they were hoping for. So, I see Norval McConnell down there. I might try to convince him to join me for the 4th quarter. Otherwise, I might not have anybody join me here. We're going to see, fans. I'm going to see if I can get Norval up here, convince him to join me for the 4th. He'd be a joy to have, because he's not going to be able to join me for the gold medal game. He's coaching in it. And Jenny Fuya, the kick out to Dustin Barry, driving right hand. Man, he's got such good body control, this Barry, and he's so tough. He's had such a good tournament. On the attack comes Ronan Jensen, but he's cut off. Morrison down in there digging it. Doing a great job. Rossiter on the ground too. See if he gets up and walks. Moving a little bit more gingerly than he normally does, I think, but still moving a little better. Nice to see him. At least it's not a token play out there to get him some minutes. He's genuinely playing some decent ball right now. Again, he'll be moving a lot better as the weeks go on and be more of a weapon for these Royals with his screens, inside presence. They have to throw up a late one. Oh my goodness. That is a tough call on Barry. He hasn't said, haven't seen these kids say much to the referees. Or the coaches for that matter. It's been a well-refereed tournament. That one, I'm with Dustin Barry on. Sorry, Mark. I'm with you. There's been so much tough pushing and shoving. I don't know if you can pick that one up with the crowd. And Riverview was at the end of the shot clock and didn't realize it. Not communicated. Or pardon me, at the end of the third quarter clock, and they didn't communicate. Could have been a shot up on Ronan Jensen. All right. So, Coach Ryan Johnson ushers the players off the floor. Don't worry about it. And he wants to have a chat with Coach Mark, with the referee Mark McGetchie and Andrew Maxwell. And so getting a good explanation, giving his 2 cents. Doesn't really like what he heard, but he's given Mark McGetchie what he wanted to say. And now we go to a break. And I'm going to try to recruit Norval to come see me. So just bear with me, fans. I'm going to go on a break for maybe 30 seconds. All right, fans, welcome back for the fourth quarter. Dave Tingley joining you again, still by myself. I know it's disappointing. I am going to have Mr. Norval McConnell join me for the bronze medal game on the men's side, which is coming your way at 3 o'clock. So we'll have a guest there. I think the girls are going to be covered by Megan Campbell and Kelly Vass together. That'll be fun. We'll try to get some more special guests here as we go as well. Jenny Fuya. Look at his game he's had. Moyo showing out in his last game of the Hoop Classic. All right, Ethan Hansen over to Tyler Stoyles. He's going to use the screen from Hunt Mugga. Nice kick to Hansen. Does he finally get one to go? No. Rebounded by Hunt Mugga, and that's going to go up from Stoyles. Off the back rim, rolls off, and look at Jenny Fuya come out of there with the ball. Lucas Crossman on the attack, tipped away there by Stoyles. On the attack was Barry. And these teams really want to end their weekend with a win. You don't want to go winless, but both teams have played, particularly Riverview have played a lot better today, but also Coach Mark Mackley's getting all of his kids some run, which is what you want to do as well. It'll be interesting to see what the closing group is both ways. There's Ronan Jensen playing solid D again. Jenny Fuya on the attack. Misses. Rebounded by Hunt Mugga, and here comes Ethan Hansen pushing the pace. Gonna use the screen from Hunt Mugga. Again, penetrates with the left hand. Just can't get anything to go, can Hansen today. Back comes to Jenny Fuya. He's gonna attack and pull up. No, he's gonna pull it back out. Smart play by him. He penetrates baseline and lays it in. Jenny Fuya. Wow. Explosive athlete. A little bit raw still maybe, but look at that pick of the pocket from Barry. He's going to attack Stoyles and finish for 2. And he is a frustrating player to play against. It's Dustin Barry, and I mean that in all the good ways. Huntmugga to Stoyles, and he's going to try a 3, and he's long. Just seemed like he rushed it a little bit there, didn't need to. Digging it out is Drew Hardy. Well done by him. And Jenny Fuya with a nice kick up to Barry. Barry's going to penetrate baseline. Back to a Jenny Fuya. He's going to pop again for 2 and nail it. And it's the Moya Jenny Fuya story in the second half for the Trojans. Terrific game from the youngster. Wow. Kind of in disbelief what I'm seeing there from a Jenny Fuya. He's shown some stuff, shown some athleticism, shown some signs in this tournament, but today he's one of the best players on the floor. Finishing all over the place. And Riverview finds themselves down, all of a sudden down 8 with over 7 minutes still left in the fourth quarter. We'll see what Coach Mark McAleese is discussing. But this got to be in a little bit of shell shock here. They didn't expect Moya Ajenefuya to be taking over this game, but he has for Harrison Trimble. And now, I would say the discussion on Riverview, from Riverview's end is, how do we get ourselves some easier shots for one? Even the stuff they get to the rim, I don't know if it's always been stellar shot selection because it's been through 3 or 4 guys' hands. And they have not been accurate from long range of the Royals. Even Tyler Stoyles, their marksman, just his taking good shots, just not going. Much like some of the other sharpshooters in this tournament. We've seen some guys and girls both struggle. And that was a chuck and chase there by Huntmugga, but it was chased down, and Stoyles is going to have another long one, and he has lots of time to get collected and nail it. That looks more like him. Banging it through. Oh, and he knocks it away. Now he's got a chance to finish at the rim, and he does. And a little one-man explosion from Tyler Stoyles as the Royals back within 3. Knocked that ball away. Oh, played that. Oh, and Ian Fuya gets it knocked away. A Jenny Fuya, but he collects it back. Well played to Crossman. Jenny Fuya showing no quit, getting on the floor, getting it to Crossman. And Trites subs out Jenny Fuya, and his coaches and players all hop up to give him 5, and well-deserved. Going to the line is Lucas Crossman. This is the first. Second one here for Crossman. Looking to extend the lead past 3. He does. It's a 4-point game now. Liam Rafferty into the game for the Royals. Caleb Gautreau handles it. Killer crossover. Look at that. Just can't finish. Riverview's been getting to that rim. Ethan Hansen has almost at will. There's Gautreau. Just haven't quite finished getting to the rim. But another turnover. Going back to the Royals. They create another possession, so see if they can creep back closer than 4. As we approach the 6.5-minute mark of the fourth quarter, Riverview finds themselves in a fight, as you always do with this Trojans team. Stoyles trying to lose Barry. Beats him with the left. Takes it inside left-handed and finishes. Stellar body control by Stoyles, and when he's put the ball on the floor today, he's been a handful for these Trojans. Trying to split, but a nice move by Tower. Finds Crossman on the wing. And Crossman gives it the old archery accuracy symbol there. Gautreau with a nice kick to Hansen. Can he finally get one to go? No, he can't. Can't buy one today, Hansen. Another good shot by him, though, but tied up. Barry just kind of hugged it and waited to be tied up by Rafferty, knowing that his team had possession, but you never know. That possession arrow might be important as these minutes close out in this 5th place game of the DNA Swag Hoop Classic. Both teams want to finish this tournament on a positive note. Crossman dances inside and gets the finish over Hunt Mugga. Not an easy shot, and the lead's back to 7 for these Trojans. Caleb Gautreau. Hansen again tries. In and out again for Hansen. And he claps his hands together. Feel for the kid. None of these shots he's taken are bad shots. Maybe you might question how quick they are, a couple of them, but you got to take these wide open jumpers if you're a shooter. Speaking of shooters, hello, Dustin Berry. Shoots that lead back out to 10 all of a sudden. Trojans, just when you think might be done, might be getting a game here. Back come the Trojans, and Barry gets on the ground again. And Coach Ryan Johnson coming back with the Jenny Fuya. I don't blame him. It's been a terrific game for him. Drew Hardy subs out. He's had a good game as well. Dustin Barry, look at that D out there on Stoyles. Not giving him anything. Stoyles is left open. Does he knock it in? No. And Hunt Mugga over the back of Jenny Fuya on the box out. And a little frustrated here, the Royals. They got it back to within 4 there. Empty possessions, now it's back to 10. Trites on the attack, up to Jenny Fuya. Back to Trites in the corner. And Trites is fouled and makes the 3. And an explosion from the Trojans here in the last 3 minutes continues. Incredible stuff. And Trites is going to go to the line, looking to push the lead to 14 out of nowhere.
Number 9, Ethan Hansen. That's his 3rd personal foul.
And onto the floor comes Mulu Morrison. And up and in, and a 14-point game for the Trojans. And Caleb suckers him in a little bit. On the hop, gets in the lane, can't finish, but collected by Grossman, who'll go to the line.
Fouls on Harrison Trimble, number 14. Lucas Crossman, that's his 3rd.
And back after a pause was discussing the players of the game with the committee here. Mark McGetchie, a stylish call, if not a right one. And Mark McAleese taking a walk to the end of the bench. Mark McGetchie might want to go onto YouTube and or a TikTok that dance call that he just made. Mulu Morrison, or pardon me, Jenny Fuya back to the line. Mulu Morrison was laughing a little bit. I'm not sure what it was. He's always got a smile on his face, this Morrison. I'm not sure if he saw the dance of the referee. But Jenny Fuya knocks one in. And And a turnover now, and Lucas Tower the other way. Turns it over to Gotro. Little screen there from Morrison, gives Gotro, and he's going to hand it off to Hunt Mugga and lays it in. And Riverview, got to create some things here. If they're going to get this lead correct. Into the corner. Trites up to Barry. Barry penetrates, dances into the lane. Ripped away there by Riverview, and they've got the arrow. So a little bit of momentum back to Riverview. And they've got to do something about this lead right now. Morrison uses the screen from Hunt Mugga. And a big three. If that had gone, it'd have been big. But Grossman creates a new opportunity. Almost turns it over and now does. And Barry's got a break. And he makes the pass to Lucas Tower, who pulls up and rolls it off the rim. But he follows his own shot and gets fouled. Look at the effort from the Trojans. And to the line is Tower. And another shot up for Tower. Rolls in, 12-point lead, Harrison Trimble, 3:31, clock running. And Gotro, solid take from him.
Caleb Gotro.
And swinging the ball very patiently is Harrison Trimble. Austin Trites is going to penetrate off to Jenny Fuya. He's going to have to put one up. That was a desperation one at the horn. Lulu Morrison. Now Gotro waiting, giving himself a little extra time. Riverview's going to be in a little bit of a hurry here. Lulu Morrison tries to use the three. Grossman over to Gotro. Gotro looking to penetrate. Finds Morrison. He's got a standstill three, and he kicks it in. Back to 7 is Riverview. So we've got ourselves a ball game still. Lucas Berry, Trites. And look at Jenny Fuya trying to get back in there for 2 more. But it's going back to the Royals. Stoyles over to Morrison. Morrison penetrates, not there. Jenny Fuya shuts him down. Up to Lucas Crossman on the crossover. It bounces out. And 2 shots. The emphatic call. Ethan Hansen back in. And Ethan Hansen's had a tough day shooting the ball. Felt for him all day. Poor kid, he's taking great shots, gotten to the rim a lot, had some wide open threes, in and out. He's a good player. Just one of these talented Riverview kids that hasn't had the weekend that he wanted. Kind of feel at some point this season, Riverview's kind of going to put it together. Stoyles is a talented kid, super talented kid. Look at that penetration and puts it in. And Trimble, it's a 6-point game. They got to watch these possessions late now. It's getting tight. Inside, and they turn it over again. So, timeout by Riverview.
Folks, as we get down to the end of this game, we have some presentations to do following.
And after the game, there's going to be some presentations as each All-Star plays their final game for the guys in this tournament. They're going to be presented before they go.
I appreciate your cooperation. Thank you very much.
So, reset, fans, as I conduct some business here while I'm doing the final few minutes. I'm kind of multitasking here today, so apologize for any silences here. I'm trying to straighten out players of the game situation and all those types of things. So, trying to get Taya Bailey's attention over there, seeing if he'll look at me. I can't believe he's not always looking at me. It's upsetting for me that he's not looking at me right now. So I've gotten their attention. So I got the attention of who I wanted. All right, back to business, kids, because this is getting tight. So I apologize. I've focused a little bit on other tasks here that I'm also running, helping at the tournament. So it's going to be a 6-point game now, 72-66. Riverview looked like they were out of it, have fought back. Their ball, down 6, minute and 30 left. Mulu Morrison, Ethan Hansen, Hunt Mugga. Oh, and he gets the inbounds pass right away. He's got a mismatch and goes up and finishes for 2. Nice decision from Mulu Morrison, who's had a terrific game for Riverview. Look at that steal by Morrison. Up ahead to Hansen. He finally sees one go through to Ethan Hansen, and what a key point. 2-point game now for Riverview, and they're feeling it. You can feel the pressure that Trimble's under. What a cross-court pass, but it doesn't go in. Stoyles down with the rebound. Ethan Hansen back to Stoyles, and he's fouled and call a travel first. And that is a, ooh boy. That's a questionable one. Boy, that's a big call. Man, that's a big call. Feel for Stoyles in that situation. Was met by a tough defender, and referee Mark McGetchie felt he was a little happy-footed before he put the ball on the ground. Sometimes these kids, the brain can move faster than the feet. Tyler Stoyles is a pretty fundamentally sound kid, but a turnover. But Riverview's still got to feel optimistic about their chances. They've pulled it back from what looked like the edge of disaster here, down 12 late to down 2. They don't have possession, but they've turned Trimble over. And Coach Ryan Johnson's got to be over there talking about some way to get them a good sound shot out of their stuff. They've been scrambling under pressure from Riverview these last few minutes. We'll see what they can do to counteract. So Riverview, Mulu Morrison, Ethan Hansen, Marcus Hunt Mugga, Caleb Gautreau, and Tyler Stoyles, the 5. Will try to carry this home for the Royals, get a win here in the Hoop Classic. Seen good things from them today. And out on the floor for the Trojans, it's Moya Ajenifuya, Lucas Crossman, Lucas Tower, Dustin Berry, and the freshman Drew Hardy, and trapped in the corner, and it's going to be another turnover. Back to the Royals. And Tyler Stoyles lets out a couple of let's go. He wants a win in his last game in the Hoop Classic. This grade 12 year, he wants it bad. You can tell. He's got it on the wing. What's he going to do with it? He's looking for a screen, and Barry is all over him. Look at the roll from Hunt Mugga. Gets hit, and he's going to go to the line for two. Good decision there by Stoyles. And that is tough dealing with Dustin Barry on the wing. He has been such a pesky defender all weekend. Playing so hard. But Mugga makes the first. Big one for them. Stoyles and Gautreau communicating. Stoyles is going to crash the boards once it hits. Ajeti Fuya, but tied up by Morrison. But still, they maintain possession. 37.8. Down one are the Royals. Up one are the Trojans. Have not gotten themselves a good shot in a few possessions here. The Royals been turning them over on the run and jump. And they're going to call a tie-up, and it's back to the Riverview Royals. And Mulu Morrison, the last few minutes, made the player of the game choice. Some difficult. I'm going to let it be a surprise for the fans. You're going to see it here at the end of the game. The players of the game. Caleb Gautreau using that screen roll this time from Hunt Mugga. Up to Morrison. He's wide open. He's made a few today already. And he makes another one. Mulu Morrison's been huge. And Ajeti Fuya now is tied up. And Riverview showing some toughness late. Stepping in. And boy, oh boy, how big has the Riverview D been? Mulu Morrison with a huge shot after huge defensive possessions here for Riverview. And again, I'm distracted by who should be the player of the game for these teams. I'm pretty decided on one. I am torn by the other. So I don't know what to do, but anyway, there's going to be a good choice no matter who it goes to. So we'll see how this game lines up. So now, 2-point game. Harrison Trimble ball. Down two. And they've been up most of this second half. And out come the Riverview Royals from a rumble from the stands, from their fans who are into this game now, that's for sure. So inbounding the ball is the freshman Drew Hardy, and it goes in to Dustin Barry. He penetrates, and he's up and in for two. 6.8 seconds left, and a timeout. Just when you thought they were done, Dustin Barry pulls them back. And my goodness, are we set for a finish here in Crandall in our 5th place game. Might we have our first overtime game of the DNA Swag Hoop Classic. My goodness. Riverview drawing up their best play. And you got to figure it's going to involve Stoyles, Gautreau, and Morrison in some sort of motion with a few options off it. They got a few options to go to. I mean, Stoyles has been terrific late. But so's Morrison, hit some huge threes, including one just a minute ago to put them up. And Caleb Gautreau, you can't discount his ability to penetrate. Hasn't been a big scoring presence today, Gautreau, but you can't discount, get the ball in his hands. He can create for Morrison or Stoyles. You got to figure they want the ball in the hands of one of those three to finish this game. I would say Stoyles is option number one. He's hit a big three in the second half. He's also penetrated into the lane. Terrific today. So is Ethan Hansen, not finished, but you got to figure if the ball ends up in Hansen's hands to create, that wouldn't be the worst thing either. A lot of options for Riverview. Dustin Berry, he's got a smile on his face. Calm as you like. Just where he wants to be, defending the best player on the opposite team with 6 seconds left. Stoyles comes back to it. And they had a foul to give. Did Harrison Trimble.
Trimble number 8, Dustin Berry. That's his third personal.
Might have given it a little earlier than he wanted.
That's his fourth personal foul.
His fourth as well, so he's got to be careful. Batted away by Trites. And now Trimble has a shot at the buzzer. Doesn't go in, and we're going to overtime. You got to hand it to the Trojans. Looked like they were down and out. But we're going to overtime. All right, fans, I'll be right back to you for the start of overtime. And your announcer's out of breath, but he's back. I'll be good. I'll be good, fans, for this overtime here. The fifth place game of the DNA Swag Hoop Classic. Gautreau starts for Riverview with a jumper at the foul line, and it's good. Caleb Gautreau. Been a little quiet today, but look at these. He's loud in overtimes. Picks that pass off. Trites tries to swipe it away, but it's through for Gautreau. Great start to the overtime for him. I said he's a weapon off the bounce, and he showed it there. Little zone in overtime here for the Royals. Gets it off to Dustin Berry, and did you expect anything different from him? Bang, it goes down. Stoyles now. Beats him easy and a pull-up jumper, and it's just off the back rim. Hunt Mugga with a nice rebound. Out to Hansen. Does he finally get off to Schneid? No. Another good open shot from him. Just can't get it to go. Can Hansen today. Barry, though, he's on the attack. And that was too easy if you're a Riverview fan. Too easy. And Trimble takes the lead back by 2 after a quick start by Riverview to this overtime. Nice pass. Stoyles to Hunt Mugga, and he finishes. Riverview takes the lead back here in overtime. Nice dime drop there by Stoyles. Oh, and a rip through from Lucas Crossman, but can't finish off the glass. Ethan Gautreau again off the screen. Into Hansen, back out to Stoyles. He's gonna launch the 3 and he nails it. Stoyles showing up big late. He was big late in regulation and he's big in overtime, dropping the dime and then hitting a 3. And the freshman turns it over, Drew Hardy, and back the other way, 3-on-1 for Riverview. And Hansen up and in. Off the feed from Morrison, who's been terrific. This player of the game stuff now, it's stressing me out. These guys been so good. Hansen up to Morrison. And Morrison lays it. No, it bounces out from Morrison. Tower jumps on the rebound. It's going back to Harrison Trimble. Morrison slaps the floor in frustration. But that's okay. He's got to stay with it. His team's up 6. And they wouldn't be here without him. So Stoyles comes over, gives him a good word, tap on the shoulder, good support from the teammate. Over to Barry. Barry's picked off from Gautreau. What an overtime from him so far. 2 steals and scores, and that started off the overtime big, and timeout Trojans. The Riverview Royals storm out of the overtime. And the Trojans got to collect themselves now. You don't give up on them, though. I almost did in regulation, the way that Riverview was storming home, and Dustin Berry forced the overtime, so you don't give up on these Trojans with how hard that they play. But the Riverview Royals look like they've got a stranglehold on this overtime, and this would be a big comeback win for them. After having a rough weekend, this would be a nice finish, and you got to hand it to the veterans. You got Stoyles, you got Gautreau in this overtime. I want to give a big shout out. He's not going to get player of the game, but Ronan Jensen in the first half, in the first quarter, was a big part of Riverview storming out to their big lead, and he's a grade 12 kid, and I want to give him some props because without him, they don't get off to that really good start, and he was terrific early. So kudos to Ronan. But it's been, and Mulu Morrison calling on the Riverview fans to give him some noise. Mulu's got a big wide smile. It's nice to see, and it's nice to see how hard he plays, and he has been really good in this game, has Mulu Morrison. And so have a bunch of his teammates after a kind of a rough middle of this game. And Jenny Fuya follows his own shot, but misses again. Trimble tried to save it on the baseline, but it goes back to Riverview. And Caleb Gautreau and Tyler Stoyles here, who have both been great in this second half, especially in that fourth quarter and overtime. Gautreau's controlled the overtime. Stoyles has been great in it and controlled the end of the game for Riverview. Really nice find to Hansen, and he gets a jumper to go finally. Hansen finally converts and gives a little smile to Stoyles, who gives one right back. These guys are feeling a lot better about themselves. And Morrison just a little bit anxious with the reach in. Got caught with the hand in the cookie jar there, and he knows it. Not a great foul, but
That's his 3rd personal foul.
Lucas Crossman to the line. As a Riverview High alum, I can't lie, this would be a nice win to watch, but I have become a very big fan of the Trojans team as well. They play super hard, and the coaches over there on the bench, Van Wart and Johnson and Doucette, all friends of mine, do a terrific job with them, and they'll only get better. This program will only get better with them involved and long-term involved. Stoyles uses the screen, gets up in the corner to Hansen. Had one go, misses that one, but Morrison runs it down. And Stoyles up top. And he's going to calm things right down. Use the screen again. Got 15 left on the clock. Goes inside. And that body, that big body of his, when he decides to get downhill and attack, not settle for that jumper. Not that he shouldn't use the jumper, as pretty as it is, but when he's balancing his attack off the bounce, getting to the rim, and shooting that three, he is a load, and this is by far his best game of the tournament. He's looked like himself today. He gets nope, doesn't get the roll on the first free throw. Yeah. Directing his guys out. Saying, I don't know whether this is. I think this is just the confidence. I'm going to hit the free throw, so get out of there. But no, doesn't hit the. And Trites almost fumbles it away, but recovers. Lucas Tower on the attack. Can't get it over Hunt Mugga. Well saved there by Gautreau. And Riverview's got to feel like they're in solid control now. Use the clock. Don't turn it over. Stoyles gets around Barry. That's not always easy. Gets inside, doesn't finish, collects, doesn't finish again. Stoyles, though, continuing the fight, goes out to Morrison. Barry got caught with something there. Yeah, called it dead. That looked like it was Barry. Looked like he took a good shot, but he popped right back up. Shaking it off. Riverview ball, 16 seconds on the shot clock. You wonder if this is the point where Trimble might start fouling, or whether they'll try one more possession with a fairly short clock. They're going to try to get the ball out of the hands, try to create a turnover maybe. Hansen Creighton with the left. Misses. Hunt Mugga keeps it alive. Hansen collects. And now looks like Trimble's just going to play it solid and play it out. Not bother with the fouls. And look at that from Stoyles. Flips it up with the right hand for two. And Dustin Barry on the attack. He's going to play to the final buzzer, you know that.
Fouls on Riverview number 9, Ethan Hansen. That's his fourth personal foul.
And Dustin Barry will be back on this team next year and back in this Hoop Classic, and I'm happy about that because he's fun to watch, and he's already one of the best defensive players. Got to be one of the best defensive players in the province. I haven't seen everybody play yet. I hope to, but he is terrific and tough and makes both free throws. And he's still down in his stance against Stoyles. He's not giving any possessions away. Morrison from the corner for three, and that's going to finish things off. And he was great, was Morrison, and so too was Tyler Stoyles. And look at that fancy footwork from Gautreau. But finishing the game strong in overtime where the Riverview High Royals take their first win of the DNA Swag Hoop Classic, and it's nice to see these guys finish the game so strong. We'll stick around here for the players of the game. Then we'll have a 12-minute warm-up. We're a little bit behind, but we're going to give the players enough warm-up for sure for the next game. We'll be a little behind maybe all day, but 12 minutes will be the warm-up time for the next game, the bronze medal game on the girls' side, which is going to feature the Harrison Trimble Trojans and the Bernice McNaughton Highlanders.
All right, folks, we're going to begin with the Player of the Game awards. First, for the Riverview Royals, number 14, Tyler Stoyles.
And it was a tough choice between Morrison and Stoyles for me, and I don't know. I'm already second guessing myself, but because Morrison was terrific. And it was easy for me for Moya. Jenny Fuya, he just showed out so well. Scored the ball so well in that quarter. And we'll see those pictures get taken. And so fans, join us. We're going to be 12-minute break here, and we'll be back for the bronze medal game on the girls' side. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back in a minute.
The Advanced Health and Physiotherapy Award is given to a student who is pursuing education in the health and physiotherapy field. This year's bursary goes to Austin Trites of Harrison Trimble High School. Next up, we have our Hoop Classic bursaries. First, from the Harrison Trimble High School, we have Avery Hopper. Next up, the Arsenal Bronze bursary goes to Matthew Sosi of Riverview High School. Next up, we have the Ben Mowat Sportsmanship Award. The inspiration for the Mowat Sportsmanship Award came from an act of kindness demonstrated by the Bernice McNaughton senior boys basketball team and coach Nick Earl. Ben Mowat, who was team manager and never let cerebral palsy interfere with his ability to support his team, was called on to hit the court in the 2018 Hoop Classic. The excitement in the gym and memorable evening that ensued touched the hearts and inspired all who witnessed it there or on global news. The Mowat family is honoring this act of kindness by honoring a special tradition into the Hoop Classic. A Hoop Classic committee has selected 2 deserving individuals, one male and one female, to receive the annual Mowat Sportsmanship Award trophy and a $250 honorarium to go towards sports fees, equipment, or post-secondary education or training. I would like to welcome Jeff and Kim Mowat to announce the awards.
Thank you, Tia. Coaches and teams were asked to submit a player or team manager that has overcome adversity and demonstrated outstanding courage and resiliency. Someone who was extremely committed or went above and beyond. Someone that routinely demonstrates sportsmanship. We thoroughly enjoyed reading this submission. We have tried to summarize and capture what was shared about this outstanding young man. This recipient demonstrates outstanding resiliency, courage, and sportsmanship. He had tried out for the senior basketball team, grade 11, and was close but not make the team. He understood why and where he was in his basketball development. Most student athletes that are cut don't return, but not this young athlete. He asked the following week what he could do to increase his chances for next year. He committed to a weight program, played house league, supported his team, watched games, and hung out with the players. At the end of the season, he asked if he could come train with the team. He never gave up despite knowing his chances of making the varsity senior year was not guaranteed. This was a turning point where he really showed his desire to play the game. He came to every weight and cardio session and participated in all basketball workouts. He was resilient and determined to see how good he could be, to not waste any time worrying about things he could not control. He went to tryouts in the senior year and made the team, knowing he was not promised to play any play time. He was okay with this and continued training to earn minutes and continued being supportive to his team. He's a man of his word, he's humble, and has outstanding work ethic. He is goal-oriented, has a great attitude, and never gives up. He is that player that thanks the coaches and supports his teammates. He proved he is willing to work to achieve his goals. He has been a bright light for many. This young man from Harrison Trimble High School has demonstrated courage, resiliency, and sportsmanship. Congratulations to Enzo Manna.
All right, folks, as we start to prepare for the next game, we would ask you to exit through the thank you for coming doors there.